All right. Hello, everyone. I am joining you today from my kitchen because I think there will be more space for me to put my hair down where you can actually see the whole thing. So I will wait to make sure that the person who is requesting that is here before I do that, or if somebody asks. But until then, what questions do you have for me? Pretty much anything goes, honestly, hair or not, but hair is kind of my expertise. I didn't study it in school or anything, but I've just been a long hair lover my whole life and living out my hair dreams now with I don't know if it's calf length yet, again, because I tried to trim it just a teensy bit and I made it uneven and it was terrible. So it was back to knee, but it may have gotten to calf now. So usually before questions come in, I start by just talking about my basic philosophy about hair, because there's a lot of hype out there, a lot of like, oh, you have to take this supplement, you have to do this thing, you got to trim every 6 weeks and never have split ends. And like, it gets very overwhelming and intense. And you start thinking like, wow, I have to put a ton of work in to have the hair that I want. And I don't think that's true. I mean, maybe for some people, but most of the time, I really don't think hair care has to be that intense, and that you can still get great results and have hair that you love without stressing about it that much. So sometimes I go through periods where I'm like trying all the things and all the supplements and whatever. And other times I am a big fan of benign neglect. And benign neglect means that we don't think about it too much, but just our basic day-to-day life, we don't do anything to put it into extreme danger. So wearing it up in safe, protective styles, like I wear my hair up probably 99.9% of the time, but you'll notice that it's not an elastic, it's not a ponytail, it's not a barrette. If you use scrunchies are coming back into fashion, which is great. Those are soft and gentle. But like, if you're just putting your hair up in a ponytail with an elastic every day, you're going to have the tension that can pull the hairs here, and you're going to get breakage around here. So we like to switch it up, do different styles, and do different things, but always keep it with safe hair accessories. What do I think of this new thing about rice water? It's not new. It's one of those things that cycles around. You know, these trends will come in and go out and come back in, and it's like all the new hype. But rice water is something that has been talked about for years and years. Now that I'm talking about it and you're watching this video, YouTube will probably recommend to you a video about the women in China who are part of a tribe that have been using rice water for, I don't know how many hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And they're really known for their exceptionally long hair, and also that their hair doesn't go gray. So that really intrigues me, because my hair went gray when I was 20. But I dabbled in trying rice water, but I lack the real commitment. You know, you have to do this recipe and kind of like ferment the rice and strain it and put it on and leave it for a certain amount of time and all that sort of thing. And then some people are like, well, you know, does your hair need more protein or does it need more moisture? I don't know. So what if I put too much protein on it, which is what's in the rice? So I kind of like thought about doing it, but I haven't really committed to trying it. Yes, the red Yao women. Yeah. And, you know, who knows if the bar directly came from them? I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of marketing and people kind of maybe trying to take advantage of those cultural practices to like make money in other cultures. I could be wrong because I haven't really looked into it that much, but I'm kind of suspect of things like that. But I think, you know, it's very possible that their usage of it, the way that they do it, and I don't know if they wash their hair like once a week or whatever, they wash it in the river, and prolonged doing that, maybe that does prevent gray hair. Maybe that does do amazing things, but they also do wear it up. You know, they have very traditional styles and you don't see it down very often at all. But yeah, the gray thing gets me. Like, how are they doing that? So, you know, maybe if I committed to trying it every week for 10 years, then maybe I would see that result. But I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, again, like benign neglect is still my go-to, and trying stuff out. I'm always going to be telling you that you got to see what works for your hair, because it's not just like, oh, you shouldn't wash your hair every day. Some people, their hair loves being washed every day. Not mine, not other people's, but like, it's okay if it is. It's not ruining you. Like, if you're not seeing the growth that you want, maybe try doing something different. But if your hair is healthy and growing, then you're good. Don't worry about what people say is harmful or not harmful. You know, one of the old adages is that you have to trim like every 6 weeks to keep it growing. And like, I don't do that. That's insane. You're definitely cutting off all of your growth. If you think hair, on average, most people's hair is growing half an inch per month. So in 6 weeks, you're getting like 0.6 of an inch in growth. And the hairdresser is just trimming an inch, right? Sometimes more than that when they're not listening. But even if they are just trimming an inch, you're still losing all of your progress. So that's something to think about. Taking good care of your hair to prevent having to go and get it trims that often, I think is helpful. Again, that's wearing it up. That's not having it like, oh, I'm getting in the car and it's getting like the seatbelt on it and sitting on it and like my coat rubbing it, all that sort of thing. What is my current length? You know what? I have not taken a tape measure to it, I will admit, in quite a long time. My knee I measured was 50 inches, and it is about the same length at this point. It's like a little bit below my knees now, but it's also not even, because I was saying earlier, I tried to micro trim it and I failed miserably. So let's see. I tried to put the camera where you could actually see it. I was like, I need to go into the kitchen where there's more space. Let's see. So, and of course I wore black because I'm smart that way. So yeah, about 50 inches. Yeah, should not wear black. Blends in with my hair too much. It's the crazy thing about trying to make like hairstyle videos on YouTube is you would not believe the amount of filters and lighting I'm putting in there so that you could actually see my hair at all. Yeah, Crystal Gale, classic. You know, I love her. She was my first inspiration, and I think she was the first inspiration for a lot of ladies, especially ladies my age. Maybe the younger ones may not know Crystal Gale, but oh my gosh, when I saw her walk across the stage, her hair was dragging on the ground. And I'm sure there's some people who would say, like, that's gross. Not me. I thought it was amazing, and I wanted hair just like that. And here I am. It is not quite dragging on the ground yet, but it might one day. I don't know. I'm not too stressed about it. I got the length that I wanted. Knee length has been my goal, has always been my goal. And I suspect that all of us have this sort of feeling of what our ideal length is. Like, we feel called towards a certain length. And for some people, that might be a pixie. And for some people, that might be waist or classic. I feel like there is a length that kind of your heart is calling for. So I have absolutely no evidence of that. But that's how it kind of feels for me. Like, I just knew that I wanted knee. And now that I have knee, I'm very content and happy. And if it gets longer, cool. Okay. But not worried about it, not trying super hard like I was, you know, at like bra strap length. It feels so short and it's like, oh, it's going to take forever. Which is why sometimes I say, actually, aging may have helped my hair growing process because time flies by a lot faster now than it did when I was in my 20s. So don't have to have as much patience in that way. thank you. I do appreciate compliments on my hair. I mean, really, truly, my hair is for me, and I love it myself. So it's like, oh yeah, cool. Okay, I'm glad you like it, but like, it's for me. And that's why people say, like, why do you wear it up all the time where nobody can see it? Because it's not for them. It's for me. It is really fun to surprise people, though, because like new friends. I've just moved a few months ago, and I've been meeting all of these parents of my children's classmates, and it's delightful. I love the parents. I'm having such a good time meeting people. But, you know, they'll ask, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, there's so many things. I do a lot of different things in terms of work. It's like gig economy, side hustles everywhere. But I've started telling people I'm a hair influencer. And they're like, what? And I'm like, see? Check it out. And they never expect it because it's always like way up, put away in a way that nobody is noticing it. So this has been like one of my favorite styles lately, is to just do like a wrap like that and leave the tail down as kind of a ponytail. So that way I still have a little bit of length. I have a nice bun. I have a beautiful flexi, which we all know I love. So this has been a favorite casual hairstyle recently. JJJ has a video today. I don't know when she posted it, but YouTube showed it to me today, that has like the Nautilus bun, the classical like Indian bun, different variations, and they're really cute. I'm going to try all of them. I really enjoyed that. And I feel like the way that she did it is a lot prettier and stronger than the way that I've done it. So I'm gonna change up how I do it to follow JJJ, because she is a legend and the original. So she had like a messy style where it had like some tendrils coming off of the bun. And I was like, ooh, I like that. I'm gonna try that. I also realized that I don't really have a good video for my favorite vintage style. Oh, thank you, Annette. It's so, the thing about thickness is it's almost like it's so political. It's like thick hair is something that people long for, right? So I appreciate the compliment, right? That yes, I love to be told that my hair is thick, because that's like a classic way of calling hair beautiful. But what I've noticed from being on the internet is that not everyone thinks my hair is thick. And there are people who, I think there are people who want to like take me down a peg by telling me that my hair is thin, which is interesting. And then there's also people who are just like, but it's not, it's thin. It's like, it's medium. it's honestly just medium. I know people who have thicker hair than me. I know people who have thinner hair than me. Mine is just sort of in between. Hey.
Hi.
I am live on YouTube.
Oh, fantastic.
You want to show off your hair?
My hair? Sure. It's not as long as my wife's. She cuts it every so often.
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Yeah, that's true.
We have at least one video on the channel of me doing hairstyles in your hair, just to show some shorter things. Yeah, the APL playlist.
Nice. See you guys.
What is my goal length? So my goal length was knee, and I'm at knee, a little bit past knee. So I'm like in free fall now of like, cool, this is neat. I am absolutely content and delighted with having knee length hair. It is what I always wanted. And if it gets longer, cool. Like, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to try to keep taking reasonably good care of it and see how far it can go. Because dang, I'm curious. I want to know if it'll make it to the floor. Let's find out. I have yet to reach a point where it feels like it's too much trouble to take care of, but I know that that is something that can happen. For most people, it probably happens before knee length, but for me, this feels like just a natural, good length. It feels long, but not outrageously long, even though by objective standards, it's outrageously long. But, you know, if I get to ankle or floor, it might feel like too much to take care of, and I might trim back. But I don't think I'll ever go really short. I suspect I will stay at knee for the rest of my life. at least until I'm too old to actually like take care of it and lift my arms and shampoo it myself. Then we'll see. But the plan is to keep it at knee or longer. And it doesn't feel like any trouble to me. I think for some people, they think it is, but that's just like, when you love it, it's worth it to you to take care of it. That's how I've felt about it, that like, it's easy because I love it and I want it. So it doesn't feel like a chore to keep it as nice as, reasonable. I'm all about being reasonable and not extremes. And trying stuff out and not worrying too much. I'm very relaxed about everything. Thank you. Yeah, I'm the opposite of anxious on certain things. I mean, I can certainly be anxious about some things, but most stuff, I'm just like, well, let's just see how it goes. And that has been my hair growing journey. So, are there any other questions? I am an open book. I'm happy to address anything, even if it's not hair related. I will answer pretty much anything, I think. And of course, hair related, I am happy to give my input. I am not trained in this. I don't have a degree in hair. I have never been a hairstylist. I haven't worked with other people's hair. So all of my quote unquote expertise is just from me playing with and loving my own hair. Now a little bit my daughter's. She is 6 and I do her hair every morning for school, and I have a really fun time planning and thinking of different styles to put in there and thinking about what is she doing today? How secure should it be? Hers is about shoulder length, so there's not a whole lot of room to play with, but I have a good time with it. And if anybody has kids with long hair, I recommend the caterpillar braids, where you have like a elastic, add a little bit more elastic, add a little bit more elastic, add a little bit more elastic, and you just keep going. For trying to grow your hair as an adult, not good. Too many elastics, too much potential for breakage. But for little kids, very, very secure, very cute. You can pick the different colors. So I do that with her quite a bit, because she at one point said she wanted to grow her hair as long as mine, but then over the summer, she was like, I want to get a cut. And she looks really cute with like a chin bob or shoulder length. So I don't want to force my love of hair on her, like so many people tell these stories about their mothers making them cut their hair and not allowing them to keep it long. And they had to have it in a page boy, or they had to have it this and that. And I have the potential to go the other way, I think, but I just want her to have the hair she wants. My book, Becoming Rapunzel, can't get it on Amazon. They keep asking for an email. Oh gosh, I don't know. I thought it was still up, but I'll double check on the back end on that. Do you have my email address? I can't remember. I'll have to reply to that comment sometime later and put in my email address, and we can figure it out. I wrote that one a long time ago, but I think it all still holds true. That is one of my other kind of side gig career things. I actually have a degree in creative writing, and I always plan to be a novelist. And I do have novels under a pen name that I self-publish. So I do enjoy writing books, especially ebooks that are easy to put out on Amazon and share my thoughts and ideas. So I have a few hair books. Mainly the one I think is my favorite is the journal that I just made like last year. So I have that like in the description of all my videos now. Like, hey, by the way, check it out, hair growth tracking journal. But Becoming Rapunzel has a lot of basics about benign neglect and about the basics of hair care for growing absurdly long. Then I also have one on hair oils, although I don't use oils very often, but people were curious about it. So I did some research to figure out different kinds of hair oils, different ways to use them, what they're good for, and put all that information together. But Again, if I were in active, like I'm not to my goal yet, I want to grow, then I would be trying a lot more things. But where I'm at right now, where I'm at my goal length and I'm just curious to see what will happen next, I'm not really trying a bunch of stuff. I'm focused in other areas of my life and just seeing what happens with my hair. And yeah, the move was a big major part of what's happening in my life because we moved to a different state. So, oh my gosh, yeah. Boy, I can talk, can't I? But if there aren't any other questions, I will probably wrap up here. And I am trying to do these lives on a more regular kind of basis so that you can talk to me more directly. And oh, I missed a question. What's your whole day hairstyle? Okay, so lately I've been doing this one a lot. It's like a twisted disc bun flexi, but I left the tail out a little bit. I like that one a lot. I like the lifted coil, which is like a cinnamon bun, bee-butt bun that sticks way out, but then you lift it up. JJJ invented that one. And then I dress very retro a lot, so I like doing a coronet braid with a snood or just a coronet braid. If I feel like going through the trouble of braid, then I really like the look of a coronet braid that goes over the top because then it looks cute from the front too, and it doesn't just look like. So I think that is all of the questions that I got today. And yeah, keep an eye out for the next time that I go live. If you have additional questions, you can always leave a comment, request a hairstyle tutorial. There's a thread on me. I've also been selling a lot. And I will see you soon. All right. Thanks, everybody.